We gotta film the vlog about you. Let's get your giraffe, because I know you're in a chewy mood. Come say hello to YouTube. Hi, everybody. It's morning time. I swear he normally is like very chill, but it's like right in the morning after he has breakfast and like right before bed is when he gets super hyper and he is in a playful mood. Oh, is that your giraffe? So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell, it's pretty obvious now, but I got a puppy last week. His name is Bennie. He is how old are you? Let's see, he was born on November 7th. You're 11 weeks old. Oh my goodness, my baby. You're getting so big. So he is an 11-week-old beagle mix. I have it sitting right here. I got a dog DNA test kit, which I've had it for a few days now and I keep forgetting to do it because it says you have to wait at least 2 hours after they've had anything to eat before doing it, and I just keep forgetting. And he'll eat and then I'm like, crap, we can't do it now. My boss was fostering this pregnant dog. She works like very closely with our local animal shelter. She has for years. She fosters dogs all the time. They got this pregnant dog somewhere from the South, I think South Carolina, and she looks predominantly beagle. Not sure if she's a purebred or a mix with something else, but mainly beagle, and she was pregnant when they got her and they had no idea what her puppies were mixed with, and she gave birth to the puppies at my boss's house. And I had no intention of getting a dog anytime soon, and especially not a puppy. I mean, I love animals so much, and you know, I definitely knew I wanted to get a dog at some point, but it's a huge responsibility. So I didn't know that it was something that like I was ready for, like wanted to deal with at this exact moment in my life, you know? And I felt like I wanted to wait till like I was in a house, because right now I'm in an apartment on the top floor and it's like, you know, not ideal. But I saw these puppies for the first time when they were like a month old, I want to say. And I was like, oh, cute. You know, normally when I see puppies, I'm like, oh, they're really cute. But like, I just think about how annoying they are and how much of a handful they are. And I'm like, cute, but no thank you. But I saw him in particular, and like all the puppies in the litter looked really different, but I saw him and I saw his little polka dot butt and just like the shape of his little body and his little tummy, which now he's like getting bigger and he's like leading out a little bit more, but when he was smaller, he just had the chunkiest little chubby tummy. Growing up, we had 2 dogs, a dachshund and a puggle, which is a pug and beagle mix. And they both have passed away over the last couple of years. But he just reminded me so much of our puggle Jake that passed away last year. And I don't know, like just something about when I saw him, I was like, oh my God, like my heart just melted. And I tried to talk myself out of it for a while, but I clearly failed. So he's here now. I named him Bennie and he's just the cutest thing ever. So I'm gonna actually rewind because I want to tell you guys the full story of like how I got him, because it's just been such a crazy journey, and I feel like it's just the perfect example of how like when something is meant to be, it will happen. All right, let's rewind to like 2 weeks ago. I wanted to just chat and vent a little bit. My boss has these adorable foster puppies. She started fostering the mom when she was still pregnant, and then she had these puppies at my boss's house in the beginning of November. And originally I had no plans whatsoever to get a puppy or get a dog at all for that matter, because when I first moved into my apartment, my landlord was very anti-pets. But then she sold the building and I got a new landlord, and I found out that he is totally fine with us having pets. So I had texted him a few weeks ago about it because I just wanted to confirm that, you know, that would be okay, to see if it even would be a possibility for me to get a dog. Because when I first met these puppies, I just kept saying like, no, I can't get one. I can't get one. Because a puppy is a lot of freaking work. And I just hate people that just get so caught up in like, oh my God, it's so cute. And then make an impulsive decision to get a puppy without really like thinking it through and without realizing how big of a responsibility it is and how much hard work it is. So I didn't want to just like act off of emotion, but then I just kept thinking about it. And there's this one puppy in particular that immediately, like from the first time I saw him, I just fell in love with him. And he looks really different from majority of the litter. There were 10 puppies in total. And he's really big. He's like the biggest one in the whole litter. He has this adorable, chunky little tummy. And he reminds me so much of our dog Jake that passed away last year. So anyway, I thought about it. I started doing a lot of research. And I mean, I've had puppies before. We had 2 family dogs that we got as puppies when I was in high school. So even though they weren't like my dog specifically, but I have experience with puppies, you know, it's not like I'm a total dog newbie. So I thought about it more and I really like was looking into it and I was like, you know what? I think that I am prepared and ready and I could handle it. I would be able to bring my dog with me to the salon because if you've been watching me for a while, you know we have dogs at the salon all the time. And I only work there part-time. So the rest of the time I work for myself from home. So the dog would literally never have to be home alone. It's really the perfect situation. I decided, you know what, let me fill out an application and see what happens and hopefully I'll be able to get him. Well, they needed to confirm with my landlord to make sure that I'm able to have a dog here first, which, you know, understandable. So when they tried to reach out, he didn't answer. They left him a message. And then I texted him just to let him know that I had filled out the application and, you know, if he could please just get back to them whenever he gets a chance because in order for them to approve me, like they need his permission first. It's been a week, haven't heard from him. He hasn't called the shelter, hasn't texted me back, nothing. So they had to move on from my application and move on to the next. And now at this point, their list is completely full. They have enough people approved for all of the puppies. The whole situation is just very frustrating and I'm really just annoyed. But from what I've been told, the majority of people who have applied have all expressed interest in the smaller female dogs and the ones that have the spotted shepherd coats. And no one, as far as I know, has specifically said that they're interested in the one that I want. So there's a chance that he won't get picked. My boss said that she has a good feeling that she's going to end up coming back home with a few of the puppies because it seems like everyone just wants the spotted ones and wants female ones specifically. And I'm hoping, since he's literally like double the size of the rest of the litter, like he's freaking huge. And I'm thinking that most people who want a puppy want one that's like tiny and a baby, you know? And because he's already pretty big, I'm hoping that that will be unappealing. I feel the opposite. Like, I love big dogs. But anyway, tomorrow is the day that all of the approved people are going to meet the puppies and pick the one that they want. So the only chance that I have at still getting him is if nobody picks him. So I don't know what time the meet is supposed to be, but by the end of tomorrow, I should find out whether or not I can get him. So I'm just trying to patiently wait and keep my fingers crossed. And I keep telling myself if it's meant to be, it will happen. So that Friday was the day where all of the approved applicants were gonna come meet the puppies. And rather than like having everybody show up at once, they just went in order of like who got approved first, and they would have their scheduled time to come, choose which puppy they wanted, and basically like whoever was last on the list had last pick. And it was crazy because the night before this happened, Thursday night, I had a dream that I was at the salon and I had just set the alarm and was about to lock up and leave, and something happened that stopped me. And I remember like kind of being worried that the alarm was like gonna get tripped or was gonna get messed up or something and start going off because I had to like stop and come back in. And then at some point also in my dream, my boss texted me because she had named him Polar Bear when he was first born and she was calling him PB. So she, in my dream, had texted me, I still have PB with a bunch of exclamation points. And I was like, oh my God, like so excited. On the day of the puppy meet, I was at the salon, I finished up my last client, and then I was gonna leave because I had errands to run, but I was like, you know what, if I'm gonna go out, like let me just fix up my hair a little bit first. So I'm styling my hair, then I clean everything up, I'm closing the blinds, and I'm about to set the alarm to lock up, and literally right before my finger hit the button, I get a text and my boss is like, are you still at the shop? And I was like, yeah, I was just about to leave. And then she says, I still have PB with a bunch of exclamation points, literally just like in my dream. And it was so weird because I was about to set the alarm, which is also what happened in my dream. And it was the weirdest deja vu. Like the room was spinning. Like I felt sick. I was like, holy shit, I literally dreamt this. So I stayed at the salon and she brought him back. What ended up happening was there was a woman who got approved to adopt 2 puppies. I don't understand how she got approved, but she has 2 young children. Not sure of their ages or, you know, the whole backstory, but she has 2 young children. She wanted 2 puppies so that each kid could have a puppy. And from the sounds of it, I don't think she's ever had a dog or doesn't have much experience with dogs, because she was supposedly making a big fuss about the adoption fee, which when you are adopting a dog, there's gonna be a fee normally, because even though he's a puppy, like he already has all of his vaccines, he's been microchipped, they gave me a voucher to bring him to get neutered once he's old enough. I mean, you gotta pay something. It's not as much as if you were to buy a dog in a pet shop, but still it's something to like help out the shelter and like pay for all of the vet expenses. And then she wanted to know what kind of training they were gonna come with. Like, these are 9-week-old puppies. Like, what do you mean, what kind of training are they gonna come with? So I don't know if she was expecting to get these 2 perfectly well-behaved, trained dogs for free. Like, I don't know. Oh, and she was also pissed off because I guess she was last on the list to choose the puppy. So she wanted like 2 specific ones, I guess, and she was mad because she wasn't gonna be able to get the ones that she wanted. So, like, imagine you are somebody that throws a fit over these kinds of things and is clearly very impatient, and you get mad when you don't get your way. How are you going to deal with 2 young puppies that are going to be peeing and pooping all over your house and chewing up your stuff and not listening to you and barking and crying and waking you up in the middle of the night? She didn't end up showing up. So there were 2 puppies left. She didn't show up. My boss took them and came back to the salon, and a little while later, I guess the lady did end up showing up to the shelter, and she stormed into the office and like threw a fit and was demanding that my boss come back with them, or she was threatening to go show up at my boss's house, which she doesn't even know where she lives, so I don't know what she was thinking, whatever. But basically they were like, no, this is inappropriate, you need to leave. And what was crazy was he was left, and then one of his sisters was left, and the sister that was left is the one that our receptionist at the salon clicked with right away. Like the first day that we met them, I clicked with him and our receptionist clicked with, her name's Pearl, the sister puppy. So I was like, okay, clearly this is fate, it's meant to be. So our receptionist put in an application for Pearl, and I was waiting for my application to get approved. Luckily, I still have not heard from my landlord at all. But my property manager was able to get in touch with the shelter and approve and, you know, say it was okay for me to have a dog here. So I was able to get approved. I got him. Today is Tuesday, January 12th. Saturday morning, I found out that I got approved for him and that he was mine. I am going to be bringing him home tomorrow. I am so excited. I've been so anxious the last few weeks, and I don't know, like it's weird. It doesn't even feel real. I want to start setting his stuff up, and I need to go through, it's pretty clean in here for the most part, but I want to do a little bit of straightening up and just make sure that I like puppy proof this place as much as possible so that it is totally ready for him to come home tomorrow. I got him a crate because I am going to be crate training him. I would like to have him sleep in bed with me eventually, but I know that at least in the very beginning, I don't want him to get too used to that because I don't want him to get separation anxiety. Like, I want him to be comfortable sleeping alone and being in a crate. Let's put this crate together. This is the current situation in my bedroom. These are just like my boyfriend's bags. I'm gonna put those away in the closet. Anything like slippers and shoes and stuff, I'm gonna put in my closet, and then I'm just gonna keep this door closed. And then I'm gonna just put the crate over here next to my bed. I know I need to put these wires and stuff away. I haven't puppy proofed yet. That's what we're gonna do now, but this chair I'm gonna move out of this corner, and I think the crate should fit like really perfectly over here next to my bed. And that way he'll be close to me, but he'll still be in his crate, and it'll be easier for me, like if I hear him get up in the middle of the night and he needs to use the bathroom, I'll actually hear him and I'll be able to wake up and take him out. Morning, it's Wednesday and it's puppy day. So last night I got the crate set up. I went around, I cleaned, vacuumed everything, put everything away, tried to puppy proof as much as possible. So here is his crate. It did come with a divider. I'm not sure exactly what he is mixed with, so we have no idea how big he's gonna get. This crate, I believe, is good for dogs up to 70 pounds, so it should be big enough for once he's fully grown. But for now, while he's still little, I put up the divider. I've read, and even the instructions that came with the crate said that it's a good idea to do that and to just give them enough room with a blanket so that they can just kind of like reposition themselves. But you want to keep it kind of tight so that they don't get tempted to go to the bathroom in there, because obviously that's not a habit that I want him to form. And it still doesn't feel real yet. Like, I feel like it won't really hit me and feel real until he's actually here in my apartment with me.
So I would probably feel safer with that.
Oh my god! So excited! Oh, so cute! So handsome. Oh my god. I just got home. He is such a good boy already. I had a couple of treats and he's just like, oh, you're the one with the treats, so I'm gonna just listen and do what you say. I was showing him some of his new toys, but he doesn't seem too interested yet. So we're just exploring, walking around the house. Yeah. My boss said that before she brought them to the salon, she had them running, and then he was playing with his sister at the salon, and then right before we left, he was just like in my lap sleeping, like completely passed out. So I think right now he's just still kind of tired, and he's so good on leash. Like, this is his first time. Come. Oh, this is his first time ever wearing a collar and walking with a leash on, and he's doing so well. Like, he's not fussing with it at all. He, like, when I first put it on him at the salon, because his sister was there too, they were trying to play and they were biting at it, but he walks so well. He listens, like, he stays by me. He doesn't seem like super distracted. Maybe it's also because he's, you know, sleepy right now still, but he just follows me and he just looks at me like looking for direction, and he comes when he's called. Hi, Chinky Man. And he's just like, he's so sweet and smart. You're smart. And just a second ago, he went into his crate and like, just by himself, just checked it out. I think getting him to go in there later tonight when it's time to sleep should be pretty easy. I don't know how he's gonna feel having to stay in there, but at least getting him to go in, he's not scared of it. So that's a good sign. But yeah, look at him. He's so sleepy. And it's so cute at the salon. Him and his sister were playing, like I said, and then they both just got really tired. And his sister just laid down on the floor and started falling asleep. But he like kept coming and was like trying to jump up on my legs. Like, he did not want to just sleep on the floor. He wanted me to pick him up so he could sleep in my lap. And as soon as I picked him up, he just did this. Just fell asleep. Tucked his little nose in like the nook of my, like, yep, just like that. Just like that. So yeah, last Wednesday I was able to finally bring him home, and he has been adjusting so well. He is honestly, like, for a puppy, he is very chill, very calm, so smart. He listens so well. And like when you are talking to him, he really like makes direct eye contact with you, and you can tell that he is listening and like trying to understand what you're telling him. He sleeps pretty much through the night. He'll wake up like once to have to pee, but for the most part he sleeps all the way through the night. Working on potty training, it's a little difficult because like I said, I am in an apartment and I'm on the top floor, so especially in the mornings, and because it's winter now, so like in order for me to put on my shoes and grab my coat and grab my keys and his leash and get him all the way downstairs and outside, sometimes it's not enough because puppies, when they gotta go, they gotta go. So I do have training pads in the apartment, so I'm trying to teach him to use those and also go outside. And you know, that is like the one area where I feel like we're struggling the most. But everything else, every other trick that I've taught him so far, he knows sit really well. He is learning stay, he's learning settle and like how to calm down. He knows speak, he knows come, like he responds to his name. Come. Sit. Good boy. Benny, speak. Good boy.
Stay. 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 Good boy, come
So smart. He's such a good boy. Like he really is. And considering how young he is, I feel like he is gonna just be so good. And you know, of course I gotta just keep working with him. It really is a full-time freaking job. You have to constantly keep your eyes on them. He is teething, so he is very chewy. He needs something to constantly be chewing on. And he's good. Like if I see him chewing on something he's not supposed to, if I tell him no, he'll stop. And then I'll just like replace it with a toy. Like right now he's trying to chew the rug. Here, take this instead. See? And he'll stop right away. And for the most part, if I tell him no, he'll leave it alone and then he won't come back to it again. Like he listens, but you have to have your eyes on him 24/7, because if I look away and he starts doing something he's not supposed to and I'm not seeing it to tell him to stop. Also, what I'm trying to work with him on is he's good about crate training and he'll sleep in his crate, he'll go in it by himself, but during the daytime, like if I'm doing something and I can't have my eyes directly on him, I'm trying to get him comfortable with just hanging out in his crate and like allowing me to do stuff in another room. Because right now he will not be by himself. Like if I get up to leave the room, he's right behind me. He's my little shadow right now. So I'm starting out with like having him hang out in his crate as I'm doing stuff in the same room. And he's starting to get okay with that. And eventually I'm gonna work my way up to like leaving for a few minutes at a time. And you know, I need to get him used to just being alone. Oh, and for those of you who maybe are wondering like, oh, I thought you weren't allowed to have pets in your apartment, or what about your cats? So I do have 2 cats. And when I first moved into this apartment back in June, I did not bring them with me because I wasn't allowed to have pets in my apartment. And also, they just were very comfortable living at my parents' house because I had already been living there for over 3 years at that point. My brother still lives with my parents at the moment, and he has a cat too. So like the 3 of them are just used to living together and being at my parents' house. They just have more space to like roam around. But then my landlord sold the building to somebody new a few months ago, and come to find out, he actually is okay with us having pets. But I'm still just gonna leave my cats at my parents' house because like I said, they're just more comfortable there. So I feel like it wouldn't be fair for me to like pull them out of an environment that they love just to have them here with me. I go there multiple times a week. My parents live very close to me, so I'm there all the time. I pay for their food and their litter and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, they're still there. I did not ditch them. And eventually I would like to move into a house and have like a bigger space. And at that point, I think I probably will, you know, take them back with me. But for now, they're happier where they're at. See, this is how he is majority of the time. Just chill, just wants to cuddle, and just wants to be held. Like he just He just loves attention. He loves to nap. I'm sorry that I didn't have as much like vlog footage of his first week to share with you. It's just been a lot. I just really have my hands full, and so the last thing that I'm thinking of in the moment is to like pull out my vlog camera and record what's happening. But now that we're both adjusting and we kind of have our routine, I will definitely vlog more, and I will share him a lot more in vlogs and keep you guys updated if you're interested, of course, on his training and his progress, and I'll keep you updated on his DNA results because I can't wait to find out what breed he is. He has pretty big paws, so and he's, I mean, pretty big for being 11 weeks old, so I feel like he's probably gonna get pretty big, but I don't know how big. That is gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and also let me know what other kind of videos do you want to see in the future. You gonna say bye? Bye, YouTube. See you soon. Follow my mom on Instagram if you want to see more of me. I've been posting him in my Instagram stories a lot. So if you want to see more of him, go follow me on Instagram. I don't want to go to work now. I just want to hold you like this.